Today, folks, I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a story that I heard about 15 years ago when I was doing a silent meditation retreat over in Southeast Asia. I'd been in silence for about 7 days at this stage, and one of the monks came in and told me a story. Now, obviously, the process of being in silence for 7 days probably it definitely impacted me in ways that I couldn't have conceived. But this story at the time really resonated with me, so I'm going to share it with you now. And it's interesting because after all these years I've not shared this story before, but I've been guided, I've been inspired to share it with you today. So there was 6 disciples, or 6 friends, let's call them friends. There were 6 friends, and they were running this retreat centre. It was originally monks in a monastery. You can do monks in a monastery, but I'm going to do friends on a retreat, folks. I'm going to change the story up a little bit. So there were 6 friends on the retreat, and for some reason they just weren't attracting people. They weren't attracting people on their retreat. They didn't know what was going on. It had been hugely successful in the past. Lots of people were there, and now people had just slowly faded away, and there were just 6 of them left. And they were all starting to look at each other, and each individual one was blaming somebody for it not working. This isn't working because they're bringing the wrong energy in. It's not working because that person's a little bit negative. It's not working because of something that someone else in the group had done. And then suddenly the wise man came in one day, a sage, a magi, call them what you wish, somebody enlightened that was tapped in, and sat with the group one day, and they were all blown away. And they asked the sage at the end of it, just before they left, say, "Can you tell us anything that might be able to help us?" And the sage said, "You have the chosen one in this group. There's someone in this group that is here to drastically change your fortunes." And then left the retreat. And then suddenly the 6 people were there thinking, "I wonder who it is." And they all started treating each other with a little bit more respect. They all started to open up. They started to change their behaviours because nobody knew who it was. Everyone was looking at people differently then. It's like, I wonder, is this person the chosen one? Is this the person that's going to catapult everything? And they just slowly started changing their behaviours and treating each other with a lot more respect. And then suddenly people started to arrive in the retreat centre, and more people would arrive. Their energy had changed. Suddenly, a few years later, it was thriving again. Nobody had known quite how it had happened. And interestingly enough, none of them know to this day who the chosen one is. But it changed things around, folks. Now, I'm not doing this story justice. It was a lot more detailed and it was a lot better when the monk told it to me, but the philosophy of the story runs deep, and it only changes a small, you only need to do a small change of where you're at, your energy, your mental energy, and the way that you see others, to have massive effects within a group situation. So there you go, folks. Maybe this story will help you. Are you the chosen one? Or maybe you know that the chosen one is in your network. Whatever the chosen one may be, whatever they may do, and however they may influence your life. May you have fun finding out, my friends.